Alright guys, sorry about that. Just had to get the Twitter going, had to get that ball rolling, and we have another round of 32 matchup right now going to be happening between Evil Genius's Suppy and we have LovE. I like that clan tag, is hilarious. That clan tag is absolutely hilarious. Alright, so welcome in guys to the Red Bull Detroit Qualifiers. My name is Cheesehead Hopefully I'm providing you guys with at least some decent commentary. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's bearable. Didn't expect to be doing this today, but feeling pretty good though for a Thursday, of course. Tomorrow I think DreamHack Valencia starts. I know IEM is still going on right now. Saturday there's the WCS North American Wildcard Qualifiers, and at the top 12 o'clock side of the map we do have LovE and my man, is he getting gas? He's not getting gas, but my man though. For anybody that watches my stream, anybody that knows me a little bit better, I love aggression ever since like the 2011 days, like back when you could do the bottom wall off ramp to 3 racks with the supply drop, and then eventually moved and upgraded and matured my way into 2 racks play. This is probably my favorite build ever of all time. The 2 racks, love using it, very punishing, but he's going to be facing against a person who really knows honestly what they're doing right now, and this is Evil Genius's Suppy kind of while we take the pause right now. So he's of course opening up with 15 hatch gas pool, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this really works out, because Suppy, I know, is a friend of Scarlet, and anybody that's a pretty close friend of Scarlet should have the capability or knowledge of being able to hold 2 racks. I know at some point in time, I remember, I don't know if it was a year ago, a year and a half ago, literally DeMuslim and Suppy just sat on stream. DeMuslim kept sniping him over and over and over and over again on purpose and just continually 2-racksing the hell out of him, and most times it was success, but eventually I feel like with all the practice and everything else that was going on, Suppy was able to, of course, figure out a way to hold it. Now while we got a pause right now, we're gonna kind of switch back over. Hopefully the pause is not too long. We'll go back into the game when it's continuing once again. So hang tight guys, we got a lot of good games today, man. We're moving pretty quick. I like it. We're moving pretty quick. We're getting a lot of good games out of the way. Just kind of take a look at I'll actually take a look at the bracket right now really quick while we got another moment. And we have already Violet losing to Zode. Okay, that's upset. Whoa! Zode, Canadian player, beats Violet, as long as that's not a typo of any sort. Winner StarCraft beat Atlas in a round of 64. He's facing off against EGK right now. Betrayus has already moved his way into the round of 16. He was able to beat Sleet. And it looks like we are ready to go back in the game, guys. Thank you for being patient.
Game resumed.
Alright. And with the 2 racks, we take a look and see right now, it is underway. First bunker is already getting placed down right now. With the 3-player map, and again, he's already scouted the bottom location, spotted that it wasn't there, and that's the one thing with the 3-player map, it is a little bit better to do than a 4-player map. Now, if you are doing in the middle of the map 2 racks, the rush distance is not that large to a point of where it would be almost any different than a normal 2 racks on a 2-player map. It's a little bit longer, but the distance in itself is not too long or dangerous to hold off. Now, Suppy is going to finish this hatch. He isn't going to cancel it. The first bunker is already finished up, a very early bunker, by the way. We're going to have a spine crawler from the high ground. Now, this is the risk when you're getting 2 racks. How do you react to it? As a Zerg player, I've seen so many different ways. We've had hatch cancels, we've had all workers pulled, and just to push everything off, we've had... Man, we've had almost every single reaction. I've had people wait to try to get 1-base roaches, Ling Bane, flood Ling, and just walk past the bunker and go counterattack your opponent. And with an 11-11, sometimes, just the run by with the Lings can be actually effective. And you could just go for a Baneling Bust and go attack them on the other side of the map. But it's not the easiest hold now, especially with 2 bunkers placed. Like sometimes Terran players only have 1 bunker and just have Marines hanging around, and it's breakable. When you have 2 bunkers placed, it's very hard to be able to actually realistically deal with. And look at this, LovE is actually going to try to blockade his opponent in. This is somewhere from back in the day, like you would see on Cloud Kingdom and those type of maps, where you would just completely border your opponent in. Shakura's Plateau, man. bring the clock back, and this is probably one of the toughest things to break out of it. At least my opinion, as a Terran player, it's very tough to break out of. We'll see how it works out for him. I'm not sure how much success Suppy is going to have the longer he lets it stick around like this, but Suppy went double gas. He's already going into lair, so unless he's planning to bailing, it doesn't look like bailing. I would expect Nidus Network, so the barracks are on their way back home. He's adding a command center from the high ground. There is a little bit of a blind spot right now that if Suppy, he floats that Overlord in, he could make it work. He can make it work, right? Especially right over here. There is absolutely no scouting, and when those barracks float in, probably this area as well. Just really depends how he wants to try to make this work. And he's actually going for the infestation pit. Very interesting decision here for the infestation pit. 1 base infestors. Oh no, it's not going to be 1 base infestor. Sorry, Swarm Host. He's going to break out with Swarm Host right now. And after he breaks out with Swarm Host, he's going to head across the map with them and going to put a lot of pressure on his opponent. This is actually so just kind of cute. This is so cute. Some of those bunkers that were a little bit more out of place and closer to the original hatch location have been salvaged. Drone almost getting sniped. Lings do react. Spinecrawler's starting to poke away at this bunker placement right now. And again, it is a full wall up, so no run-bys are available for him right now. And no Swarm Host. We actually have the upgrade for pathogen glands right now, so he's going to try to be able to, he's going to try to fungal this down and everything. Now the cool thing, if you do get the burrow upgrade, those infestors are very hard to keep track of, and they could do a lot of damage. Very interesting reaction, but at the same time, Suppy, he does have a pretty good eye right now of what else is going on this map. Knows that there isn't a natural place just yet. If it is, it's up in the high ground. Again, this is only the 8-minute mark. It's still very early in the game. Spinecrawler's coming into position, barely out of range of that initial bunker right there. He is trying to focus down on that hatch, and if he doesn't have the Lings aggro, he's going to have to cancel it. Yeah, wow, man, barely with any HP, aggro's it, has to cancel that hatchery, unfortunately. Alright, so we should have the first 2 infestors coming out right now. He does surround him with Lings, going to break out the bunkers. Are they going to have enough time to salvage? No. But he is getting a lot of those Lings killed off with whatever Marines he does have. Starting to already position those Spinecrawlers up at the very top side of the natural. Lings starting to head across the map. First 2 infestors are in the game right now. We'll see what he does with them. Probably going to try to attempt to send them across the map. Now, the one thing that's really cool with infestors, if you're going to have a lot of energy, if there is only a fact just like this bunker around right now, and he just keeps these Lings safe, he could walk up with the infestors, just absolutely spread infested Terrans across the board over here, and then walk up with the Lings. That is a lot of DPS, and the fact that these, like, I guess the shells of the infested Terrans, they can fly over this barricade, so he's going to be able to get a full surround. Repairs are going to be hard to come by. The good thing is, at least for LovE right now, he does have some Hellions, and they could help clear it out. But man, it could be pretty tough. It could be pretty tough. Suppy, meanwhile, just still holding his infestors back at home in a defensive position. I guess he's just going to try to macro out of this. I gotta give Conan props, man. If he's going to actually try to macro out of this, this is not one of the easiest scenarios. As long as the Terran is moving along this game very efficiently, like, he should be able to have that advantage. Now, there was a lot of building going on, additional Marine production. It wasn't your quickest transition or quickest transition out of it, so he did commit a lot of resources and time into the attack. But he should, in concept, still have some form of an advantage, at least in my opinion. At least in my opinion. So. Oh, okay. Fedorezco says Violet is forced to drop out of the tournament due to internet connection issues. Wow. Okay. That's that is really unfortunate for Violet. Violet's a good dude, man. Really talented player, and definitely probably had about as good of a chance as anybody else getting out of the qualifier in first place. The beautiful Hellbat transformation getting used right there as the armory just finishes up. Able to form 6 Hellbats and surround that hatchery, and of course burn it down before it even has a chance to. before it has a chance to build up. Now my music stopped. I wonder why. Did we already go through the playlist? We did. Oh no, it actually cut out. I see. Like I hear too much of my voice. I'm starting to get self-conscious. Alright, we take a look at our Terran player LovE right now. +1 combat shields underway, adding 2 additional barracks, getting that second armory up so you can get the double upgrades underway. Hellbats are going to be formed up once again, going to force a cancel off on his third hatch, going to form them down into just Hellions. Beautiful fungal. That second fungal is probably the better one out of them all. Catches those Hellions. Are they going to be able to survive? No, they will not. All do go down, but you know, right now that was just great from LovE. He built himself a lot of time, forced 2 cancels on that third hatch. This is kind of a little bit of a quirky game because usually you would almost never see a Zerg sitting at 13 minutes on 2 base unless something really tragic happened to him. And a Terran player, same thing. You know, 13 minutes 2 base is quite a bit of time spent unless he's investing probably heavy into a gas composition of some sort. He still hasn't built his third command center, and that's one of those things that concerns me. As a Terran player just watching a lot of games, you want to try to at least maybe have that third CC up at any point, just due to the fact that you have those additional scans potential and mule potential as well. Three base worker production, even though if you sit on 2 base, you're going to be able to saturate a lot quicker and have at least a very efficient 2 base economy, and know that you're going to be able to at least transition into that third base at some point. At this point, he's sticking very heavy to 2 base. He's got Marines, medevacs. Is he dropping right now? He is dropping. Actually, already has that triple medevac drop over here at the bottom. I'm like, I swear I saw something that was flying around the map. Going to be going inside the main base of EGSuppy right now. Lings are streaming their way back inside the main base. Going to attempt to defend this in some shape or form. Now, the thing that really EGSuppy could hope for is if he can hit a good fungal right here, catch the medevacs, keep him still, and maybe bring him down with some infested Terrans. But quick reactions right there from LovE. He's going to get the hell out of there. Got as much damage as he possibly could get done. We'll snipe an Overlord as well, and again, the biggest part about this, he keeps a lot of those Marines alive. Medevacs are alive, and just the fact that EGSuppy knows that they're out on the map, he's gonna have to respectfully give them more attention. He can't just forget about them, or they're gonna come in back again. Do a great amount of damage. Now, the thing he really has to pay attention for right now is this hive. The hive is just about 1/4 of the way from dying. And if he loses the hive, that's really going to hinder a lot of his tech path. I feel like he does have the infestation pit, so he could that next level production, that next level oh, we got a catch, sorry. We'll finish the thought here in a second. This is the catch I was talking about. Oh man, if you could actually get one more fungal. Oh, the infestors off creep, the infestors were on creep. Wait, they're going to come back. Drops the fungal, are they all going to burst? Well, just in case he throws another one down. Man, good catch right there from EGSuppy. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, if he lost the hive, he would have been really hindered on his production in terms of just larva and ability to tech back up. But now he's already got the Ultra's Cavern underway. He's a little bit behind on some of his upgrades, but he's in a much better position than he was a couple minutes ago. Really big deal right there. The fact that he was actually able to catch those medevacs, not only cleared the force in the army, but actually catch those medevacs as well. He's going to take out. He took a lot of healing power out of that army, or potential army. LovE's starting to work his way down the middle of the map, going to clear out some creep. We do see that scan dropped ahead, starting to split up those Widowmines, and this is how you know Terran players have spent the time and kind of developed the playstyle a little bit more. I know it's like a very small thing to some and a little bit more natural to others, but you sometimes would see just this Congo line push of Widowmines, and they would walk on creep, and they would try to do the best they could to burrow as they're getting surrounded. But this is a lot better when you're building up this barrier of just split up Widowmines. You give yourself the opportunity to give as much damage output as you possibly could. Oh, Overseer almost gets sniped. We'll probably have to make another one or a couple more if he possibly can. Now with fungals, he will be able to spot the Widowmines as well. Good continued fungals over here at this base, not able to heal up all those Marines. Another good frontal attack. Gonna hit that fungal and roll a couple of the Baneleys, man. And this is like EGSuppy territory, man. You gotta watch out. This is when it gets dangerous because EGSuppy is a very technical player in this regards. He'll finesse you out of a game. He doesn't need to get that one big engagement, that one big surround. He'll slowly pick you off little by little, just kind of cutting you to bits. And you can see right now just how much he's doing that. forcing those medevacs to really use up a lot of their energy. And that's another thing you got to think about. He might not be killing a lot of those units, but he is forcing those medevacs to heal up and use a lot of their energy. And if he can just force the energy out of them, that's more than enough done. Для моих русских зрителей сегодня я комментирую по-английскому, значит, не капризный, пожалуйста, в чатом. Alright, so Suppy's starting to slowly break his way out, grabbing his 4th base right now. +3 attack upgrade just about done, as well as the drilling upgrade for those Widow Mines. So still pretty dangerous bio army, splitting them up really nicely. That's one of the things when you're facing off against infestors, you have little room to clump up. Like maybe if you're facing a big just Zerg influx of Lings and Banelings, and here we go, here comes the attack, you might be able to clump up a little bit in micro instead of set back. But when there's infestors in the game, you cannot clump up at all whatsoever. You have to keep yourself as split as you possibly can. Beautiful engagement from Suppy, clearing out absolutely this whole entire Terran force. Supplies starting to wane in favor of Suppy now, 130 to 139 to 107. As you can see, 20 more Lings, some Queens, and 2 more Ultras in production. If there is one thing where Suppy is lacking right now, it is that 4th base, as well as also upgrades. He's just getting that 2-2, but like I said earlier, much better position that he's in right now than he was a few minutes ago, or hell, even 10 minutes ago for that matter. Suppy sending a Ling over to this spot. The base over here, this 4th base, getting dropped down. Gonna kind of gnaw away at that SCV. Gonna take a little bit. Actually, no, gnawing away at the turret. LovE starting to catch up in supply once again, producing a lot of Marine Marauder. What am I continuing it? This wouldn't be the worst time for LovE to consider maybe adding tanks. Like, he is producing 3 Widow Mines at a time, which is nice, and he's got the drill upgrade finished up, but tanks in this scenario wouldn't be too bad of an idea, because if he's actually able to get tanks involved in battle and actually force an engagement with tanks around him, it's a lot easier to deal with infestors, at least in my opinion, as the army rolls through. The Zerg army, of course, is going to swarm over you. It's going to try to surround you, get the best potential attack it can, but those infestors, if they plan to be part of the attack, they do have to be somewhere nearby that army to be able to actually hit some of those fungals. So with tanks, you could actually focus down the infestors from the backside, and you could also, of course, focus down Banelings. There's a lot of potential with tanks as a Terran player. Big army, huge attack coming through here. Lots of Queens and Ultras forcing back this 4th base, as well as also everything that was there. Bioforces trying to walk up here. They got to be very careful. We talk about those infestors, man. All it takes is 1 or 2 fungals, and those Ultras are going to have a ball. Lots of stim getting used now. This is not smart. I'm not sure if he thought that Suppy was going to stick around and try to get that engagement, but where are the medevacs? Without the medevacs, this army is completely just, I don't want to say worthless, but man, orange to red HP units all over the place, fungals getting dropped on them, no healing absolutely available, no fight really in this Terran army, and he's getting slowly picked off. Now, in the back over here, very red Terran gap getting picked off, but yeah, he calls it GG. You realize that he has no medevacs, he's got really no army after this, and Suppy taking game number 1. Well played.